personal beliefs and opinions, some information presented is either untrue or misleading. In order to offer clarification to this misinformation, this is circulating around and we're reading and hearing, the HGCDC admin team created a document responding to the statements and presenting clarifying information. Some of you have expressed that you're wanting to support Lynn during this time, and the best way to do that is to know the facts about the reorganization and address many misinformation you're hearing. There is a suggestion that the HGCDC staff to write a letter to the larger PSU community about who we are, educators of children, and the dean supports this idea. They have started a Google document, and this is encouraged to anyone interested in writing down their thoughts. This is some bullshit, because we are here, we have heard the narrative and lived experiences of what is going on over there. They are rather wanting to support someone who is blatantly taking away resources from women of color, parents of color, individuals who have a voice, and saying that our experience, your experience, is misinformation. I want to say that is what you're up against, but look around you. You have a community, you have administration and staff here, you have community organizers who have been in this fight for so long. Hold on to that. Hold on to community. Hold on to your narrative, because that is truth. You are not misinformation. You are someone with a voice and value on this campus. Use that. Spread it in your classroom. Spread it out here, because that is what we're up against.
Yeah.
How's everybody feeling? Y'all good?
All good.
All right, y'all. So, I think it's important for me to talk about the fact that when this decision was made, the parents got 4 weeks to know that they were gonna have to merge. 4 weeks, y'all. Imagine that. Someone telling you that the center as you know it will no longer exist, and you will be asked as a parent to merge into another center that you don't know anything about. Right? And so for me, that's an injustice, y'all. That is a huge injustice. Again, parents and students and the community should have been involved. They should have been included. They should have been consulted, but that was not the case. And we are going to continue to put pressure. And now I feel conflicted. I feel very, very conflicted, because as a professor of color, I guess it's almost assumed, it's expected that I'm supposed to go recruit students of color. That's what's assumed, right? But now I have to include this as part of the narrative. I have to include this. When I talk to future students of Portland State, I need to tell them that the administration is making decisions that are going against your own identities, that are going against your own communities. And we cannot forget that. We cannot forget that, y'all. We cannot forget that. So, we're coming down to the end. We're concluding our demonstration. Right now is going to be the last opportunity for anyone who wants to speak to say some final words before we head out, before we start thinking about our next moves. Because this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All right, y'all. Let's do this chat to build some courage for people to come speak. Helen Gordon, we won't go. 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 Helen Gordon, we won't go.
Helen Gordon, we won't go. Helen Gordon,
all right,
we
y'all.
won't go.
Anybody want to speak before we conclude our demonstration? Anybody? Anybody want to speak? Anybody want to say anything? All right. I'm gonna pass this hot mic. To the hottest person on campus. I'm gonna pass this mic to Ant. Ant, take it away for us, please.
How y'all doing? Need y'all to be with me here. So recently I was fucked over by the university. I was a student leader here, and they fired me because they said I was not adequate enough to be a student leader. And they pretty much fired me without me knowing. So but the real reason why they fired me is because I am a male person of color. They want to sum it up to oh, I was not on time. That's what they fired me for, because I was not on time. But timeliness is a white supremacist value, as I've been told before, and I will not uphold these values. I know I've been fucked over by the university. I know I have colleagues near me that have been fucked over by the university. Students keep getting screwed over by the university, and I'm here to stand against it. I'm here with my community, and I know together we can stop the merge. So stop the merge. Stop the merge.
Stop the merge.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Any last folks that want to say something to the mic, say something to the community? Anything, y'all. Right now's your chance. All right, I'm gonna pass the mic to Lisa Weasel, who is a professor in women and gender and sexuality studies. Y'all give it up for Lisa.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming out today. It's really important that you as students, you are the reason why we are here. So your needs, that needs to be front and center. So first I want you to know that there are faculty and staff here that support you, and we know that you are the reason why we are here. Secondly, it's really shocking to hear that the news says, well, this isn't really news, because I can tell you what is news. What is news is all of the people who would like to be students here, who need to be students here, and who won't be able to be when this center is merged. That is going to be news. So if the administration doesn't want to connect the dots now, and they want to wait to connect the dots later, then that's what's going to be news. So it is news, it is important. You have our support. Reach out to your faculty, reach out to each other. It can be hard to connect on this campus. I know all of the great faculty here and all of you students organizing. That really makes a big difference. So thank you for being here, and I want you to know that we are here for you as well.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I just want to give the students a special shout out. You know, I think that there was a time where when we first started this organizing, I was being questioned. We were being questioned. Some of the students, and they said, is a professor forcing you to show up here? Is a professor giving you extra credit? Is a professor saying, you have to sign this petition? No. And the way that I always present perspectives is, I'm going to show you my side of the story through a critical lens. You decide what you want to do with that. You decide what you want to do with that. The reason why y'all came out is because y'all are angry of the injustice. That's the reason. There's no other way around it, right? It is an injustice, and there's no other way around it. And I think it was important for us to make that clear today. And I think it's also important for us to remember that through unity and through student power, things get done. Don't you ever forget that. I promise you, I was a student not too long ago. And I just found out that the things that we've organized in New York just came true. In New York at Syracuse, the students just became unionized, right? The graduates became unionized, right? And so the struggle is a long one. It's a tough one. But just know that we got each other. You already know that I got you.
Yes.
I think it's important for you to know that y'all got each other too.
Yes.
Y'all need to show the love to each other. We got to show each other that we care for each other. Y'all showing out right now, today, even though you know that you don't have kids yourselves, shows me that you care about the families.
Yes.
It shows us that, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and offer the mic one more time before we conclude our session today. One more time. Anybody else want to say something before we conclude? Anybody else?
El pueblo
Unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Anybody else, y'all? Well, if there's nothing else, I appreciate y'all so much for coming out. Thank you so much. The fight does not stop here. It's going to continue. Stay tuned for the next moves. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for coming out. Have a beautiful day. Appreciate y'all.
Yes.